Hello, my friend. This is
Hello.
Valentina Chirasola, designer and author. In my live videos, we talk about beautiful things, how to create beauty, how to stay alive with positive thinking in a world that gets uglier by the day, in a world that exalts only ugliness, uniformity instead of individuality, a world that wants us to flatten, to be flattened in, or wants to flatten our creativity, a world where history is canceled, where it's not important, and no ties to the past. Beauty is something that keeps you alive. Beauty is creativity. And to know how to be beautiful, stay beautiful, create beautiful, it's very important in these kind of climates we live. Today, my guest, Patricia Johnson, is bringing forward her mother thinking or teaching of dressing up, how to look beautiful for herself first. And she keeps up with this tradition. She will tell you all about it in a minute, and I will bring her in and in the studio. You have to. I apologize for the dog barking in my next door yard, but it's not my fault. Okay, here we go with Patricia.
Hello.
Good morning, Patricia, or good afternoon. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. How about yourself?
Very good, thank you. Did you have a nice 4th of July?
Yes, it was very relaxing. I spent a little time with my son. He treated me to breakfast and we walked 5 miles.
Very
So I had
nice,
a good time.
very nice. Walking is so important. Did you walk in nature or in the
Oh,
city?
definitely. Yeah, we walked in
Nature,
nature with the
absolutely.
flowers, the birds. You see the bunny rabbits and, all of nature itself. You can just smell all the various flowers, the different scents and everything. It gets you in tune to everything around you.
In tune with nature makes you really feel good.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Now, tell me what do you do? Why? Well, I will ask you that later. Why did you come into fashion? You made a video for me that I want to show. Okay, so I will show your video first, and then I will ask you something. Okay.
Oh, okay. I like to dress up, why I like to wear different types of clothing, and what seems to motivate me to dress up. Well, I've learned years ago as a child watching my parents and watching them as a couple go out on date night. And not only that, I spent a lot of times with my mom, her showing me how to dress and how to dress in different stages as far as clothing is concerned. She introduced me to textiles, fabrics, different colors, different patterns, not only with clothing, but also with accessories as far as purses and jewelry and furs and all types of things, hats, uh, all things that can make a garment be creative and be noticeable and be creative in a way that would make you unique and stand out. Again, my name is Patricia Johnson. I look forward to meeting you all. I look forward to sharing ideas and embracing and learning new ideas that you guys can share along with me, exposing myself and letting you know how I feel about fashion and other things that make us look like beautiful women. Thank you.
Okay, so that was beautiful explanation
Thank
of
you.
your idea of fashion, and I love the fact that you keep your mother's thinking on how to dress up. That's always very nice to follow our predecessors' steps, don't you think?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, I do. I mean, I've watched her, like we said, as little bitty kids, you pretend, you play dolls and you play dress up, and they let you use their jewelry and put on their shoes, and you just be creative. And then once you see them in rare form, when they actually get dressed up, like I said, when my parents had date night and they got dressed up to go out, it was fascinating for us because them as a team, they were some head turners. I mean, people looked at both of them because they worked together as a couple. They were small, petite. My mother was a size 4, so she was a little tiny person.
Nice.
And my father was nothing but maybe about 160 pounds. So they were all weight conscious and health conscious. And as far as dressing, they worked together. You could tell from looking at them.
Very nice. So let me put some comments on. Let's see. Okay. Comments are on. All right. So after seeing that video that you made, I gather obviously you dressed like that all your life. And did you dress when you were working in your working career? Did you dress up nicely?
Yes, in the beginning, I worked, once I graduated from college, I received a job and I worked in the corporate uh, field for years. And during that time, the early years, they required suits and jackets and things like that. I would always put a spin on it with maybe adding a scarf or some jewelry or changing my hairstyle or something like that, just to get out of the monotony of just wearing that corporate attire all the time. And as times trickled on, dressing became kind of, laid back. We had corporate casual for Fridays where you wore blue jeans. And as you can see now, the world has changed drastically. People don't dress up as much as they used to. But for me, that's something that's innate in me. And I feel like that's something that I like to do. I look forward to doing, and it affects my personality, um, as far as how I feel and how I want to present myself.
I know people today just not into dressing up anymore. They don't think it's important. And I don't know. I don't know what the world is doing these days. But you look as you dress for the theater of your life. So, um, what are the reactions of other women when they see you so
Well,
dressed?
I get compliments. If I just, it depends on, like I said, my mood or how I want to dress, and I lay my things out. But I get a lot of compliments with my uniqueness and my style of creativity and how I come up with ideas within myself. People will turn and ask me questions and ask me where did I get something, but in most cases it's either something that I've either transformed into something else. I might switch in, like you said, I talked to you earlier about kimonos and things like that. Sometimes I get those out of the lingerie department. If it's a thick fabric, or if it's a, a fabric that has some different textures on it that you feel like you could put on a pair of slacks, a pair of jeans, and dress it up. And not getting off the subject, but yeah, people stop and ask me about my creativity and give me a lot of compliments about how I put things together. It makes you feel good when you notice other women are having positive energy and saying nice things as opposed to looking at you in a different way because you happen to be a little different, you know.
Yeah. So, because you have posted a lot of your creative ensembles, I want to show that, and I made a special video for you. When I will show that
Okay.
now. Let's see what you've done through few days.
Okay.
I'm here. Okay. Sorry about that. And I will put you on too. Here we go.
Hmm.
So,
My
what do you think? You've done some pretty good
Thank
outfit.
you. Time flies. You look at the different stages of the mood swings that you have, and you get up and you think, okay, I feel like a head wrap today. I feel like a hijab today. I feel like wearing a big fancy hat.
Yeah.
Um, I feel like wearing a little makeup, not too much makeup, or sometimes I love wearing gloves and pearls,
Hmm.
hats. I'm old school. I,
Yeah.
I like old fashioned movies. I like looking at the 1930s and
Nothing
40s and
wrong
50s.
with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that.
I love it. I always watch the Turner classic movies. And
Yes.
I love the hairstyles that women wore in those times. And uh, while even when in high school, I watched Turner Classic movies and I would emulate those hairstyles back then. So I'd never had the same hairstyles that people wore every day. It was always something different because I was watching the old movies and I was really
Right.
fascinated by how they, would swirl their hair up or
Right.
wear it down. Or, when I was a teenager, I had a lot of hair, so I could do all those creative things with my hair.
So, how do you define your style?
I'm I'm basically a free spirited person. I don't have any limitations as far as how I put things together. I don't have a color wheel, or I don't structure myself as to put myself in a particular lane to say this is what I'm going to do. And this is how I feel like I should fall into this category. I'm like I said, I'm a free spirited person. I wake up every day and I'll have a different mood swing. And so when I get up, I remember in the beginning, I used to lay my jewelry out first, and
Mhm.
then that would determine how I was going to put my clothes together.
Exactly. Exactly.
And my accessories speak to me as far as how I'm going to do something. I will have a basic palette, like a canvas, a basic color, and then from that color, I
Hmm.
will use different colors or shades of jewelry or different styles of jewelry.
Hmm.
I might use a scarf or a cape or a kimono, or various things to accentuate what I'm putting on for that particular day. So, like I said, I don't have a particular style. I get up and I decide who I want to be today and how I want to be. What type of energy do I want to give off, and
Hmm.
how do I feel inside that would promote me to just expound on it and take it to another level as to who I want to be for that day.
So, does it take you long time to prepare yourself with first
No,
the jewelry and the accessories, or?
no, like I said, the basic thing for me is just to come up with a color palette first. And once I have the canvas, then I go from there, and it doesn't take me long. Is once I have my accessories in order, I know exactly what I'm going to do then. So it takes me, once I take that shower, I'm good to go. I can get dressed up in 15, 20 minutes. It doesn't take me any time at all.
Very good, very good. That's what I like to hear. And it doesn't take much time to get
No, no,
well put together,
no.
absolutely not. But because you wear a lot of turbans, would I call that turban, what you have on
Yes, it's
your
basically a scarf,
scarf?
but go
Okay.
ahead.
It makes me think you are part of an ethnic group or a tribe, or does it have any significance of your scarf made that way? That they're very pretty, they're very creative, they really define who you are, because it's not easy to find those kind of head pieces out in the street. So that's what I was wondering personally if you.
Well, I am Muslim,
Okay.
so my hair is always covered at all times. I never go out in public. The only time my hair is shown is when I'm in the house with family,
Okay.
and that's acceptable. But for the most part, I'm creative in my own way, in which, like you said, I'll do a head wrap, or I'll wear a hat, or I'll wear a hijab, or I'll come up with. Sometimes I go on YouTube and I get ideas on various head wraps, how to put them. But it's basically a long material. It's not just a piece that I just put on my head. I have to wrap it myself. So you got to be a little bit creative yourself and coming up with how you want the head wrap to look on your head.
Okay. So that's and the fabrics are also going with the weather. I'm gathering. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah,
It-
oh yeah. I have different
Okay.
different thicknesses and different styles of
Yeah.
head wrap according to the fall or the summer, the spring or the winter. You know, they're all vary. Like, we have the winter colors.
Mm-hmm.
So my head wraps will gravitate toward winter or whatever the season may be. That's how I
Okay.
would change my wrap.
Okay. Okay. So it is not like you suffering the heat a lot in the summertime, being all covered up and.
No, I guess it's a sense of I won't say pride, but uh, I love being who I am. I
Mm-hmm.
love wearing my hijab. It's a form of modesty for me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't feel insecure about my body, but I love covering my body, you know.
Exactly. You need to feel who you are and you need
Yeah.
to show who you are. That's all there is. There
Mhm.
is no excuse.
No.
And there is someone, a Catherine, that says the turban draws the eyes up and showing those beautiful eyebrow and cheekbones. What do you
Oh, thank you.
think? Yes, absolutely, because they elongate the person. So actually, the eyes and the jaws really come emphasized. That she's very right. So,
you.
do you think that um, women who dress up get treated better?
I think they look at them a little bit differently because once you take a little time, you take pride in your dressing and what you put together, and when you walk into a restaurant or you walk into a public place, people will notice you. Even if you don't even have a reservation, they will notice you and give you some special treatment. And I'm spoiled. I like special treatment. I like being treated in a
Nothing
special
wrong with
way.
that. But
So my answer to that is yes. I think women do. I think all women should try that to see what it feels like. And I mean, it's good to be casual, but when you do dress up and you stand out a little bit, people will give you some special treatment.
it happened to me a few times. One time I remember I was on the plane and for no reason at all, but I attributed that to the way I was dressed that day. They offered me the stewardess offered me a seat in the first class.
Wow.
I had
See?
no idea why, and I accepted it. It's like, why not? It's like,
Yes. But didn't that make you feel good?
yeah. But
Oh,
up to that moment, it was much more, the treatment that I received was much more courteous than other people. And I noticed it, because that's what I do. I'm a very good observer.
oh
I
yeah.
noticed that she was kind of treated me differently because I was dressed differently. I
Hmm.
mean, you go on a plane these days, you see people in pajama and flip
Oh yeah.
at night.
Shower cap, you name it, they got it on,
Yeah, absolutely. So, but anyway, that feels good. What I want to say, that's what it is. If you dress up better than others, a good treatment will come to you.
I
So,
agree. I agree.
and do you think there is a time limit for women to dress up?
No, not at all. I mean, it to me, like I said, I feel good within, and there's no time limit, there's no age limit. I think that since I'm more seasoned now, I can do whatever I want now and feel good about it. And
Mhm.
I choose to dress up, even if everybody else around me is not doing that. I'm strong enough to where I feel confident enough that this is me and this is my life. I want to enjoy it, and that's what I plan to do.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, and there is no other way. It's actually, I think that getting older, it feels even better
Oh
to
yes.
be dressed nicely. Absolutely. Do you think that styles is not a superficial thing? It isn't. It isn't superficial. If you dress up, it's because there is a heavy thinking behind it and a very nice conception of your personality. But in many cases, being creative in dressing up can be also healing. What
Oh
do you
yeah.
think? What do you
I
think?
think so because some days you might wake up and you're not feeling too well. But when you lay out your clothes and you get dressed and you put that pinch of perfume on and you put your lipstick on, lipstick has a tendency to motivate you right off because it brightens your teeth,
Yeah,
and dressing up just makes you feel good. And because you feel good from dressing up, sometimes you forget about the little pain you might have, or you feeling down. You just feel you get a burst of energy.
absolutely. I think of sometimes of the weather might be gray and cold, and you get kind of depressed. Dressing up with bright colors will make will make you through the
Oh
day,
yeah.
will lift up your spirit. But in many cases, also, it's a way to get out of constant depression or get out of
Mhm.
different problems, that women might have,
I
especially
think
after,
it's motivational.
yes, it's very
It's
motivational.
hmm
And especially after, maybe women go through a divorce and they feel like they're not worth anything. Dressing
hmm
up, it's all about putting yourself in the center of your life.
Oh yeah, yeah. And I think that it has to be an independent thing within. That's something that others around you can't motivate you to do. It has to be within you to want to be
Yeah,
that way, to want to be creative, and to
yes,
dress yourself up um, like I said, a blank canvas, and be creative in your own way. And once you see the finished product of what you've created, that motivates you and stimulates you to give you that joy and happiness that you have. And people feel that when they see you and they see that glow about you, that extra energy and that boost that you give, it it
they
it
do.
will gravitate people to look at you and notice you.
Yep. Catherine again in the comment, in the public comment says, I think dressing up in front of service people is a sign of respect. So
Oh
it is reciprocated. Yes, I think
yes,
true. I
yes.
think she was referring on the episode that I said that when I was on the plane, I was treated better. Yeah,
Hmm.
absolutely. Service people are just people like us. And
Yes.
uh, obviously, you treat them good and they treat you good. Anyway, so in this kind of in these days, youth is celebrated for their youth, for their beautiful energy, and because everything revolves around young people. Do you think the fashion industry should uh, do something for more mature women, show fashion that more mature women can wear? Because actually on the runway there is nothing that mature women can do.
I think that they should, but we see a lot of seasoned women now that are not waiting around for um, designers to come up with ideas. They're being creative on their own and expressing their feelings and thoughts. And I've seen some very attractive 50, 60, 70, 80, and 90-year-old women that could make a young woman just turn away. They've got it together.
And
Very creative.
and uh, and the idea of seasoned women not to wait around is because they can do their own thing.
Yes, we have that freedom now. We can do whatever.
We don't wait on anyone to tell us what to do, what to wear, what to say, how
No.
to appear. Absolutely. And that's my goal for this show. My goal is to show
Yes.
individuality. I'm just, I feel like a fish out of place in societies, and not just here in America, it's everywhere. In society where they tell you what to do, how to think, what to say. I'm not for that. I've been an individual all my life. I've been a leader all my life. I cannot follow anyone. I cannot even follow
I
orders.
agree. I've never been that way. I've always had my own style, unique way of doing things.
Yeah,
Like I mentioned to you, as a teenager, I went to thrift stores and I looked at different fabrics, and I would transform the material into something else that I felt was more suitable for my fashion or what I wanted to present myself. So
yeah,
I wasn't really a mall type of person. I was always looking for something different, something
yeah.
unique, you
Very
know.
nice. Very good. Yes. And that's why people, women who are a bit mature or seasoned, they will never be transparent. Those who know how to do it, they will never be transparent.
Right. Always unique, always stylish.
Styling and showing the youngers how
Yes.
to do it with
Yes.
easiness. It's easy. You just said it doesn't take much time to dress up. You make your palette, your color palette, and you're done.
Yes.
And
That's
it's
all.
so, this wearing jeans with holes in it and a t-shirt that say ugly things on it. It's just
No,
not
no.
what I like to do.
I've always been a lady, and for me, I consider myself a classy lady, and I take pride in what I do and how I do it. And when I step out, I try to look the best that I can. And sometimes I may not feel that way, but for the most part, I'm pretty confident in what I put together, and when I look at it, if I like it, it's a go for me.
You
You know.
look beautiful every time I see your pictures on Facebook.
Thank
You look
you. Thank
very,
you.
very beautiful, very nice. Aside from your coloration, that just adds a lot to the colors that you use. But it's just you're not. I wouldn't say you're extravagant. You're just very elegant and
Thank you. Thank
plastic.
you.
And your pictures are very beautiful. You know how to style yourself and put yourself together. Absolutely. You're a very good example for the rest of the world.
Thank you so much. Thank
So,
you. I appreciate that.
because you wear a lot of colors, and I'm glad you do because I do too. If you were a color, what would you be?
Now this is strange, but my favorite color is black. And because I choose black, it makes me feel empowered. It makes me feel strong. It makes me feel creative. And I know that with that black, that's that basic canvas that I can create loud, vibrant colors if I choose to. If I choose to mix a plaid with a polka dot,
Yeah.
but that basic black gives me the control to do whatever I want to do.
But you don't wear full black, do you? From head to toe, do you?
No, like I said, just like today, for example, I have on black, but I added a pinch of color, you
Right,
know. And
right.
like I said, black for me is my canvas, and then from there, I decide if I want to use a pastel color or several colors, or if I want to mix uh, uh, a houndstooth with a plaid or polka dot or whatever. But I'll start out with my basic canvas, and black to me is spot on every time.
Very nice. Although I'm not a lover of black because of one reason only. Black is a colors that doesn't allow any light in and it doesn't exude any light out. So basically is a blocker, is a protector, is if you want to be, and now I'm talking about the full black, if you not just one piece of black like you have your head piece.
Mhm.
I'm talking about the people who wear a whole black from head to toes. It's a way to say to the world, stay away from me. You put a block between you and the world. Stay away.
You think they're trying to hide something?
Yes, they try to hide their spirit. They don't want to be seen. They don't want to be shown among the mass. So they are staying back with wearing black
Hmm.
because it's a color that does not have any light.
I guess I never looked at that because, like, I guess with my complexion, when I put on black, it just makes me feel warm inside. I really feel good with it. But I know that I do have the option to add other colors to it. But it's always been one of my favorite. I get a lot of compliments with black, and I, like you said, it might be due to my green eyes and my complexion or whatever that seem to just kind of pop when I put on that color. But for the most part, like you said, I will add either a pastel color or a vibrant color to accentuate the
Right.
blackness in it.
Yeah, but the way you do it, yeah, actually, it's very nice because you do add a lot of colors to it. So basically, you use it as an accent,
Yes.
basically. Yeah. And Catherine again says black is a powerful colors, and she accented the color black accents her mood.
Oh,
Yes, yes,
yeah.
very true. You know, you use it as a pop color as an
Mhm.
accent, and then it makes it very nice ensemble with the rest of the colors. So, you know, we're all going to get older at one point, and even young people, they will get old if they're lucky to make it.
Oh, yeah.
Not everybody gets there. What do you say to them about that? Because I know along the way, many women go to, uh, I don't know, they do facial treatment, they do Botox, they do pin and tucks and this and that. Um, Various treatment to stay young. So, what do you say to women that don't really realize that one day they will get older?
Well, if I'm ever in a situation where I'm speaking to youth, I tell them that it's a privilege and it's an honor to appreciate the different stages of your life. That when you're young, to enjoy your life, be the most productive person that you could possibly be, because one day you will get old. And like I tell myself, I'm seasoned, but I've never had a problem with gradually becoming 30, 40, 50, 60, because with those various stages, I've learned to adjust to that age. But I tell anybody when they're young, enjoy your youth and enjoy in a positive way, that you can remember good memories about yourself versus doing something that would go in the opposite direction.
And also, I think the way of staying young is to eat well
Yes.
because what you put in your body exudes in your skin and
Oh, yeah.
in your mood and in your way you carry yourself.
Oh,
If you
yes.
don't eat well and you eat junk food, obviously you're going to feel depressed, you're going to feel down, you're going to feel heavy. That's one thing. The first thing is to stay healthy through food, to good food and natural food.
Oh,
Second
yeah.
is to use colors. For me, that is the way to stay young, because any colors has its own energy
Oh,
and its
yes.
own vibration. So one day you wear pink, you will feel all like you are in the clouds, because that's what pink does. You feel like in the cloud. The next day you wear green and you feel peaceful. And so that's one way to stay young, is to use a
Oh,
variety of colors and experience
yes.
it. And then just to be yourself. Just to
Oh,
be
yes.
yourself without
And
anybody's thinking and fashions, and just be yourself, right?
yes, I find it rewarding because at this stage in my life, being 66 years old, I'm enjoying myself. I'm enjoying the creativity. Like my son say to me, Mom, this is your time to shine, to do what you want to do, to dress the way that you want to dress. Even though you raised us and you suppressed your creativity and your juices, now it's time for you to enjoy yourself and do what you want to do. And I'm doing just that. I wake up every day, I feel good.
Good advice. Absolutely. Yes. So this is how you create your beauty every day, getting dressed, right?
Oh yeah, just being creative. I've never been a follower, and I've never gone, as far as trends or styles or anything like that. I've always come up with my own ideas and not really looking through excuse me, looking through magazines and coming up with ideas, but just being creative. What comes out in my mind to tell me to do for myself.
Yes. So do you have a special fashion quote or life quote?
Well, not like I said, not really. I just feel that while you're here and you have the life, you have the youth, you have the energy to enjoy yourself and do things. Don't suppress your feelings and your emotions when it comes to fashion and dressing. Never be afraid to express yourself and be unique and be comfortable when you do step outside the box and know that this is something that you feel like doing, that makes you feel good, and that you're in control of how you want to look within yourself and on the outside of yourself.
Spot on. That's a beautiful thing. Absolutely. And with these words, we will leave our audience. It has been a great pleasure to have you, Patricia.
Thank you
Um,
for having me.
Oh, it has been absolutely a pleasure, because I'm looking for people who are different and have a positive message to the world, and know they can make a difference for others. So you've been a pleasure to have you, and I will keep looking what you do with your colors and your hats and your beautiful creation. You're a beautiful woman, so you
Thank you.
should stay that way for a long time. That's what I wish you.
That is my goal. Thank you.
Very good. So until next Tuesday with another episode of Create Beauty Every Day. This is Valentina Chirasola. We'll see you again, same time, with a new guest. And for right now, I just leave you with my same thing: peace and love. Bye, everyone.
Bye bye.
Bye, Patricia.
Bye.